Hello everybody, welcome back to Bag Only. This is of course my inventory only Ultimate Iron Man here on Oldschool Runescape, where I'm not using any additional storage. For example, no looting bag, no death piling, no costume room, no coffers, no containers of any other kind like the rune pouch. All the items I have are on my character here, or equipped, or we can put things on tables or drop them on the ground. That's pretty much all the storage we're allowed to use. I hope you guys are doing well. If you tuned into the previous episode, you'll know that we completed the Phantom Musper grind. We got ourselves the Saturated Heart thanks to the 150k essence from that boss. We also went to Wintertot, knocked out 99 firemaking, just for some free total levels and to also earn a token bit of construction XP in the meantime, and as well to try and search for the Dragon Axe. Of course, we didn't get that from Wintertot, so instead we went to Dagonoth Rex and did like 150kc there. As you can see here, I'm just doing a chill bit of AFK rune crafting, just with some downtime. This is kind of what I've been doing while the League is on. I'm playing Leagues 4, just on my main over on the side, so I figured this is a good AFK activity to do here on the Ultimate Iron Man. Work a little bit on our rune crafting XP, because this is probably the best method we have still. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, it's like 20k rune crafting XP an hour, but it's quite a lot of blood runes and GP. So the next goal for this account specifically will be going for 99 construction. I still need to go test a bunch of methods, but we'll go do that, like I say, once I'm done with the League over on my main. It should be a little bit easier because we managed to pull this Tome of Fire at Wintertot last episode, which gives us access to Varrock Tellies without the need for fire runes, so that could potentially be very useful if we end up doing Mahogany Homes. But for now, I'm going to be at the blood runes for an unspecified amount of time until I'm done with the Leagues on my main, and we'll see what kind of progress we've made here AFKing these, and then we'll fully get into that construction grind because the cape's going to be a monumental upgrade for this UIM. Just to start off here, for those of you not in the know, here are our skills currently on the UIM, 150 levels off max. We're currently 93 mining, 91 runecraft, and 90 crafting. All three of those will be going up ever so slightly. 4 to 6 weeks later. Right guys, hello, here we are at the Blood Altar. I've just finished doing some blood runes, and they're going to be the final blood runes we do for a while. I finally finished playing Leagues on the main. It's been about 5 weeks since I set Bag Only here up at the blood runes AFKing, and as you can see from the skills, we were 91 runecraft when we started doing this, and we've got all the way to 97. So yeah, 6 runecraft levels coming in. Of course, we also picked up 1 herb lore level through Tears of Guthix in the meantime. We got ourselves 1 mining level, which is insane, because of course we're in the 90s now, so these levels are crazy slow. We're actually halfway to 95 as well, so tons of mining XP gained, and also 2 crafting levels in this time. So our total level has gone up by 10 in these last 5 weeks of solidly doing these blood runes. Took maybe a week or 2 off there in the middle. But in terms of the playtime, we were 153.5 days when we started this, so we've done pretty much 11.5 solid days of doing blood runes here. And in that time, we got ourselves nearly 200,000 bloods, 192k. If we sell these to Ali Morrisane, it's 38.4 mil. With a little over 20 mil, we could already afford to do ourselves teak plank contracts in Falador. But what we can actually do now is actually do mounted mythical capes with teak planks. If we do Mahogany Homes, we'll need 35k teak planks approximately, and if we make all our own mounted mythical capes in our house, we'll need 79,000 planks. So it's over double the planks. We do have to chop every single one of those logs ourselves, so yeah, it may be that it's actually quicker to do the Mahogany Homes method. I'm not sure, so we will do a proper test on a bunch of different construction methods, because of course we have 10 million experience to gain, so we want to make sure we're doing the smartest and quickest method possible. However, it's currently mid-December and the Leagues is still on, but what I actually am thinking of doing, since we already own a blowpipe on this account and there's some other cool cosmetics available from the League points, is maybe jumping on Leagues for half an episode here on Bag Only, seeing if we can earn ourselves a few thousand points, maybe pick all the like fastest relics to get to like maybe say 10k League points or something, maybe get ourselves the red blowpipe, which you can get from the reward shop. There's a high alchemy reward, there's a home teleport reward, there's a vengeance, a death animation. There's some cool stuff we could get for this account. Wouldn't be against the rules, of course, because it's just a separate game mode that takes place on a separate server, but it doesn't actually give us any real game rewards like something like LMS or the Jewel Arena would. It just gives us cosmetics. So I think it might actually be fun to head over there while the League's still on for a month. But anyway, to summarise, there was 5 weeks of blood rune crafting, 10 total levels gained, tons of money gained, and we're now in a nice position if we ever do decide in future to push towards this 99 rune crafting. We're only 2.4 mil away. I'll have to potentially go play some Leagues, get some cheeky cosmetic rewards, then we'll go do a little bit of research into what construction method we're doing next. So guys, here's the league tutor. As you can see, the league is still currently on for maybe like another month. I kind of want this, but then also in the back of my mind, I still don't know if we're going to keep the blowpipe or ditch it once we get our Bofa. So maybe it'll be a short-lived ornament kit if we do buy it, I'm not sure. So what I think we'll do at least is pick up the blowpipe just because it's something visual and cool that we can grab and apply to an item that we already have. So that'll be 6k points. And I think as well as that, we'll grab maybe the home teleport and the high alch. I'm not too interested in the rejuvenation pool skin because you can actually go get the Christmas skin for your pool and apply it to your house and keep it year round, which we've already done. You can go to Draenor and pick this up if you've done the Christmas event. So I don't need a skin for the rejuvenation pool, but I think I'll grab one just for the blowpipe to get a cool red one, and then maybe also home telly and high alch. So here we are over on the Leagues world here on Bag Only. I'm not going to go too much into this because everyone and their sisters made a League series this year on YouTube. It's been particularly saturated with everyone claiming to be rank 1. I'm sure you guys have already watched a bunch of Leagues content, and it's a little bit, out of date already when this video's coming out. So I'm not going to dwell on it too much. It's not going to be the focus of the whole episode here, but I thought I'd just have a quick run over and show some of the highlights of what we did for a week here, just to get a few points for those cosmetics like I mentioned in the intro. Starting out, of course, you have to start in Misthalin with a combination of that and Karamja tasks available before you unlock your first region. I decided to go with Endless Harvest, which gives you double harvest from all the harvesting skills and sends everything automatically to your bank. The goal with the relic choices was to make it as quick and easy as possible to do a lot of tasks without putting in too much effort or time so we can go back to the main game as quick as possible. So I figured being able to have double the gathering in 3 different skills will give us double the materials to train a bunch of other skills with, and it'd be very, very easy. We could just chill at rocks or at fishing points or at trees, just AFK away, fill our bank with supplies, get really, really high levels in our gathering, so you actually get double experience as well. So we did start off with Endless Harvest. I decided to kind of do a beeline for Wintertot, so I picked the Korend region first when we were allowed our first region choice, and I decided to keep my health low as if I was a normal Iron Man, avoiding all combat stuff until we got 99 firemaking at Wintertot. With 99 firemaking out the way, I finally unlocked the ability to train my combats, as I wouldn't need low HP anymore to not be hit for too much damage in Wintertot. So I started doing a little bit of Slayer. I unlocked Fire Sale for free stuff from all the shops, and I unlocked the Fremennik region. With a combination of Fremennik and the ability to now train Mage through combat, I got a few cheeky Mage levels to get low alchemy, and I used Fire Sale to buy some concentrated gold from the Keldgrim Stonemason shop, which I could low alch for several million GP each, and from this point on, the league was pretty much free. I abused the Fire Sale relic to buy a bunch of really, really high-end things, which gave us a few 100-point tasks. For example, all the obsidian gear, 99 construction, following that 25 mil and 50 mil construction, making demonic thrones. And of course, that gave us access to the construction cape as well, which made teleporting around that much easier. So it was honestly a really, really good time. Training construction gave us a ton of league points, of course. You get 200 points for hitting level 99. There was a few different tasks in construction, like making oak larders, filling a portal nexus, making a demonic throne that gave us hundreds more points. So by getting 50 mil construction, we must have probably got 2k league points just from that skill alone. As for the other relics, I went with Globetrotter because it's just so much better than Fairy's Flight. Sorry, but it's true. And like I say, I went Fire Sale instead of Banker's Note at tier 3. For tier 4, it was an arbitrary choice because we did almost no combat during this league, outside of a few Slayer tasks and a few games of Soul Wars just for various league points. Infernal Gathering was the obvious choice for tier 5 because I didn't want to do too many clues or too much Slayer, and it would also stack with our tier 1 choice of Endless Harvest. You get given 3 different Trailblazer tools which all harvest goods faster than the basic tools available in the game, and they also process the materials you harvest instantly and automatically send them to the bank. So for example, if I fish 1 Karambwan with the Trailblazer harpoon in my inventory, it would fish it 2 ticks quicker and also catch 2 cooked Karambwans and bank those instead of 1 raw one. With this, I was able to get 99 cooking, 25 mil cooking and 50 mil cooking in the same amount of time it took me to get 99 fishing at Karambwans, which again was in itself like 800 league points just for this choice. And it was also really helpful for getting us some woodcutting and fire making tasks and also some fishing and cooking tasks. For example, cooking 100 sharks, all I had to do was fish a shark 50 times and we got 100 cooked ones and it worked for the task. With a bunch of tasks under my belt, I got my final region unlock. I decided literally to pick the Tiranan region just because no one picks it. It's probably the worst region. For 2 reasons. We had Fire Sale, so we could go straight to the Crystal Crown shop and buy one of those, which in itself is a 400 league point task. And because I'd gone ranged, I could go to the shop that sells the Crystal Bow and just grab one and have a really good tier 70 range weapon straight away, which was also in itself a task. For the tier 6 relic, I picked Farmer's Fortune, which was incredible because I also had Karen, so I had access to the full farming guild, so every kind of farming patch, and also it works at Tithe Farm, I found out, so I was able to get 99 farming in under an hour at Tithe Farm, and I also went all the way to 25 mil, because Tithe Farm with the relic turned out to be 16.5 million XP an hour, and there were also tasks for getting the full farmer's outfit and the seed box, which I did from there, as well as buying some grape seeds so I could plant some grapes outside really quickly and do the 100 wine task as well. I was also able to kill Hespori and use Fire Sale to buy all the Onyx equipment from the Tazar area, but at this point I still hadn't done enough combat to even have level 60 in all my skills to equip all the Obsidian stuff, so I went to Soul Wars to train all my off styles like Attack, Strength and Mage, and then I equipped all the obby stuff, which was like, I think 80 points per piece, and we could buy them for free by selling Chaos Runes, so that was really good as well. And then finally towards the end I did eventually hit tier 7, even though we didn't end up really using it. I just picked Soul Stealer, it's just a life steal effect, so it allowed me to AFK about 3 Slayer tasks before I gave up on the league, and then just at the end there of the league I killed 1 Zulrah, 1 Zolcano and 1 Skatizo just for a little taste of PVM, and then that was the end of it. I only played the league for around a week and we came out with 15,000 points for very little effort, so I'm really happy with the choices. Like I say, if I wanted to play this properly, I probably would have picked different relics and regions, but for the purposes of just going in and out, getting as many points as possible and getting some cool unlocks for the main game, I think it made a lot of sense what we did. Alright gamers, here we are back in the real world. Can you imagine back on the UIM? A quick reminder of what we left off with. Here's our stuff on the real game. Dragon Axe, stuff set up for construction and 60 mil cash. Let's first buy our blowpipe kit, the kind of main reason we came to do the league in the first place. And then we should be good. We should have an awesome red blowpipe now on the account. Wow! Was it worth it? Will we destroy the blowpipe in future? Potentially. But it's now called a blazing blowpipe. Hopefully there's no glitches with it and it works properly. But it does actually also have a special effect with the spec, I believe. So if we just attack this dude, there we go, look, it has a red spec as opposed to the default blue one. So that's really, really cool. Nice skin there. But now what we also have is 7k more points left to unlock. What I think I'm going to do, just because it's something permanent we can unlock, is get the Twisted Blueprints here from Leagues 1, which unlock a new skin for your POH. Now, we already have a really nice POH skin, but the good thing about this is it unlocks the ability to toggle this on and off at the estate agents in future, so that's a really good thing to unlock. And then I figure what we'll do, since we have pretty much exactly 3k points left, is just go back through all these other leagues and just buy the 3 other teleport scrolls, just so we have all the home teleport animations. And then, like I say, that's another thing we can just right-click and toggle on and off here in the menu. Anyway, let's just go back to the house real quick, take a quick look at this skin. I think it's a really, really cool, clean one. It's the one I use on my main. There's like a black floor and green walls. I think it looks really good. But there we go, a nice 1 week of leagues, and for that we got ourselves a number of home teleport skins that we can toggle between as and when we want to using this menu. We got a new high alchemy animation, we got a new blowpipe skin, and a new skin for the house. So I think it was definitely worth putting a week in just for all those cool cosmetics. It's going to make our account look really, really awesome. Next thing on the agenda is, of course, to get back to the main game here and finish this 99 construction off. But first of all, we're going to have to test all the different methods available to us, i.e. trying the mounted mythical capes, trying mahogany stuff, trying teak contracts, seeing which one's easiest, quickest, best, cheapest, and it's going to be the best method to get all the way to 99, because we do want the construction cape, which is going to be the next biggest thing we're going to be able to unlock on the account. Thanks for joining me for this little Leagues diversion. Let's get into the proper meat of the episode. Okay, ladies and germs, with our League's adventure finally over and our cosmetic rewards unlocked, it's time to finally get into some constructing. This is probably the method we'll be using here in Falador, the Mahogany Homes system from this minigame person here, which sends you around the game to fix up people's houses with your own planks and steel bars in order to get nice construction XP, or the alternative is make over twice the amount of planks ourselves in our own house and just do the old-fashioned method of construction. I've just done a bit of testing, and actually to get to the Prif teak trees, it's actually slower to use this Prifdinous crystal here that we have, this eternal crystal, than it is to just go to our house and go through our spirit tree that we have in here and go to option number 6, which takes us up quite near the teak trees in Prif. It's about 4 seconds quicker to go through our house and use this and run across. So as it stands, we don't actually need the eternal teleport crystal anymore. So yeah, there's no way to trade this to the main, but we can drop it away and simply get the inventory space back right now, because of course the construction cape will actually take the place of this crystal anyway, so we may as well ditch it now for one more space. First things first, we're going to test mounted mythical capes for a bit. Obviously, we're not allowed to use POH storage, which includes like items like this, disassembling them and getting them back. So I'm going to drop this mythical cape. I have bought one. This is the one that was already on the wall. And what we're going to need to do is, of course, bring teak planks. It's 3 teak planks. You don't need any nails or anything else. What we'll do is we'll come inside, we'll go down here, we'll make ourselves 5 of these guild trophies, use all our teak planks, and then to get out, we'll just sip this pool, which we can do from here because we didn't build the fence, and then we'll run over here to this spirit tree. I'll put a little marker down to say number 6 or something, and then we'll get straight back to Prif like this, go over here and chop the teaks and take them back to the house. This is also going to include a bunch of woodcutting XP, whichever method we go with. Obviously, one of them is 79,000 teak planks, the other one is only 35,000, but even if we only, quote-unquote, cut 35,000 teaks, that'll certainly get us over level 90 woodcutting. I think it gets us to 91, which is really good, because of course once we pass level 90 we get to do redwood trees, the best tree in the game, the most AFK tree in the game. So yeah, just going to try this out, like I say, for maybe 15 minutes, half an hour, something like that, and see if this is the method we're going to do all the way for this 10 million experience we need, getting 370 XP each time we do it. Right, chums, it's been 18 minutes of doing a little bit of construction here, and I figure the XP's probably kind of evened out a little. So here we go, pull this in on the side, you can see 44k an hour woodcutting, 63k an hour in construction. So I'll finish this inventory off. We'll just go see if Mahogany Homes is, you know, more or less fun. It's certainly going to be cheaper, because we're making less than half the planks if we did this method. I don't think there's any reason to try regular Mahogany items in the POH. I already know it's not worth it compared to teak mythical capes. If anything, it'd just be more AFK, probably. But yeah, there's like mahogany tables or benches, it's just not worth it in the POH. But we will go try Mahogany Homes with teak planks first. I figure that makes the most sense. Right guys, as you can see, it's been a little over half an hour here of doing Mahogany Homes contracts. I really wish they weren't called Mahogany Homes. It's a little bit conflicting when you're actually doing them with teak planks, but either way, very, very happy with it. Here's the sidebar for you, 88k an hour. I thought this method would be 70k, and the mythical capes would be like slightly worse, like 65. But as it happens, yeah, this is like 88k an hour. The mounted mythical capes are 64k an hour, so this is just incredible compared to that one. Of course, there'll be a little bit of variance, like I say, depending on the contracts you get, and also every now and again we'll run out of noted steel bars. We'll have to go back to the contract person, open the reward store, and we'll have to spend some of our reward points till we get some more noted bars from those crates, and then just go back to it. So that might mess with the XP an hour a little bit, but probably not too much. Next, though, is Mahogany Homes Mahogany Plank contract. It's going to be exactly the same method. The mahogany trees are just slightly round the corner from those teak trees in Prif, so we'll go do like a half an hour of that as well. Okay, gamers, here we are. We've done ourselves half an hour of teak contracts, and now we've done ourselves half an hour of mahogany contracts as well. I'm just going to finish off this last one because, you know, I've already made the planks for it and we're on our way there. But yeah, if you take a look at the sidebar there, interestingly, the XP an hour is very, very similar, if not slightly less, doing mahoganies. Of course, with teaks, it was 88k construction XP an hour, but here with these mahoganies, it's only 84k an hour, which is a bit of a shame. Of course, I'm sure there's some room for variability there, but I expected 70k, so having more than 80k an hour, it's incredible. As you can see though, with the mahogany ones, we do get a fair bit more woodcutting experience. Not that that's really relevant. If we do mahoganies all the way to 99 construction, we'll end up on 92 woodcutting instead of 91, which is largely irrelevant, and it'll cost like 3 times the amount. We only managed to do 10 contracts at the mahogany level, whereas in the same half an hour time span doing teaks, we managed 13. So even though the contracts are worth more, you end up, like I say, doing less contracts per hour because it takes so long to chop the logs. So it looks like it's going to be teak contracts. So starting out here really quick, just to show off, our playtime is 165 days and 14 hours, and our construction level is 85. We're 200k away from 86, and our woodcutting level is very nearly 86 as well. So let's jump straight into things. Mahogany Homes, tier 3 with teak planks. God, I'm not looking forward to this. So it was settled I'd be doing Mahogany Homes contracts with teak planks all the way to level 99 from level 85. It was looking to be over 140 or 150 hours. Of course, those rates earlier in the video are only like perfect paying attention XP rates. We won't be seeing over 80k an hour in real play. It's probably going to be 70 or less, to be honest. So we're looking at like 150 hours or something to get these last 14 levels. Of course, the reason we're doing this is to get the construction cape. It's just going to be just the biggest unlock on this account, honestly. It's going to be like a brand new chapter for the account. It's going to be up there with getting Quest Cape initially in the Lumbridge Elite Diary and all those huge account milestones. This one's going to be another one. The construction cape really will make that much difference going forward. But a few days into doing our construction here, I'd had 2 level ups already. We were now level 87. I'd also surpassed 86 woodcutting. The clan that I'm a part of decided to do a mass Chambers of Xeric raid. Now, of course, I've never been to Chambers of Xeric. I don't know how to do it, and I don't really have combat gear on me. I even got rid of all my range stuff specifically to do construction, as you're all aware. But I really quickly geared up to join in and get a free KC towards that Karen Elite Diary, because it's one of the 2 things we need left, including the redwood log, that of course we'll be getting the woodcutting level 4 by doing our construction grind. So yeah, I jumped into a raid and pretty much got carried by all these elite level gamers from the clan. Yeah, I tagged along, really sponged a raid. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I literally went to the Karambun shop and bought like 10 Karambuns because I had literally about 5 minutes to prepare. So I bought a D-Simi, I got my Avas, and I went along literally in Arim's robes with a few Karambuns and nothing else. I think I earned 1,000 points in the raid, and that's because I sat in the fishing room for a little bit and I fished up some fish that I didn't even have the cooking level to cook. Had no idea what was going on. Of course I died to Olm because I didn't have any brews or food. So yeah, heavily leached. But for some reason we ended up getting a master combat task in here, 5 points for killing Tecton in a certain way, so that was cool, I guess. But yeah, it was just a nice little detour from doing the several months of construction here, just actually jumping in, doing a bit of Chambers of Xeric. Of course I didn't make use of any of these storage containers in here, these storage units you can build, nor did I trade any items with any other players. I don't know how any of that works. Of course, those aren't things we'll be doing going forward where we actually learn Chambers of Xeric ourselves. But yeah, just so you know, I didn't break any rules. I didn't use anyone's items or use the storage boxes or anything in this mass. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit cheap to get carried, but any account type can get carried through raids, so I don't really mind too much that we got a free KC here. We didn't get a free T-bow or anything. In fact, we contributed so little, we came out with I think 5 herbs as our reward from the chest at the end. But at least we got a KC for the Karen Diary, which was really cool. And like I say, now we have one thing left, which is to get this 90 woodcutting, which we will do from the construction we're doing immediately after, and then we can go get the lamp and the rewards for the Karen Diary. Whoa guys, we actually were able to complete the elite clue we just got from Chambers of Xeric there, 7 steps. So let's see if we get any cool elite uniques, I guess, as our rewards from Chambers. 42 noted teak planks, that's actually really good. We'll go use those now because we're heading straight back to construction here in Falador. And then the other stuff I guess we'll just alcor drop. So actually a decent clue, but obviously we would have preferred to see some uniques. Can't believe we've actually done 11 elite clue scrolls now. I thought we'd done like 3 or 4. 11 now on the account, awesome. Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to Bag Only, my Tears of Guthix only Ultimate Iron Man, where I only do Tears of Guthix and only make Tears of Guthix clips in my videos. I think this is the final week where our tiers will actually go into Herblore until we actually have to start training a little bit of Hunter every week to push that up above our Herblore, so Herblore remains the lowest skill. But as you can see now, we're 2.76 mil in our Herblore, and we're only 2.75 mil in our Hunter, so we need to go do like 6k Hunter XP before next week's Tears of Guthix. If we're getting about 14k a week in our Herblore here from the tiers, then we need to go do about 7 herbivores a week as well, just to keep Hunter above Herblore. But speaking of the construction, it's about day 4 or something, or 5 of doing this. We're now 8.6% of the way through the grind. Bit painful, going to be here a while. See you guys whenever something interesting happens, potentially 87 woodcutting so we can boost and complete Karen Elite. Alright guys, there we go, there's another construction level coming in, just missed it, but level 88 finally, that's our 3rd level of the grind, only 11 more levels, aka about 9 more mil in the construction skill, and as you can see today we've averaged 54k an hour, but I have been kind of slacking today. Oh hoy hoy gamers, here we are once again out the teak trees, about to get ourselves very close to a monumental level in woodcutting. Coming up in a couple more logs will be 87 woodcutting, which of course puts us in line to +3 boost with the Dragon Axe special attack and hit 90. Which will allow us to go and complete the Karen Elite Diary. We just have to chop 1 redwood log like I mentioned before. However, we're less than an hour away from the next construction level of 89, which will be the 4th level of our current grind here. It's been about 5 days now. So I'm going to complete this level first, and I'll clue you in once we hit 89 all about this Karen Diary. We'll go complete that and get our rewards. There it is, 89 construction, no real unlocks with that one. But one thing I do want to do real quick is just take a quick look at the collection log here for Mahogany Homes, because in an ideal world we want to green log this by the time we finish. Of course, one of the things you get from here is the plank sack, which we're not allowed to use, so I'm not going to buy that until the very end once we're done with 99 construction, just to prove I didn't use it the whole time. But there are a couple of other things, but what I did want to just come test while I am here is just to see if you can sell the outfit back. I don't know if you can, and the wiki doesn't say you can, but you can sell a lot of different skilling outfits back. So we'll really quickly grab the cheapest piece. Like I say, we won't be keeping this to use because the construction outfit's garbage. It doesn't actually work on the most important part of Mahogany Homes, which is the big XP drop at the end. But if we go back to the reward shop, see if there's any option to sell this. Maybe if we use it on the person like you can in Giant's Foundry, nothing interesting happens. So that's kind of annoying, but it's good to know because we do need this whole outfit, like I say, at some stage to complete this collection log. It just will be quite tight to buy all of it because every now and again we do run out of steel bars and we do need to come back and spend a whole bunch of our points depending on RNG on supply crates. We're very slowly going up there. We did start with a couple of hundred, so hopefully the RNG with opening the crates maintains and we can slowly build on all these points. It's just because you can't sell all the stuff back to this shop, we're going to need a lot. So that's a bit of a shame. We will drop this because we're not a UIM with the use of the costume room where you can store outfits like this in your house and reclaim them later. A little bit of a shame. And here we go, guys, at the redwood trees. We're 90 over 87 in our woodcutting. We just need to get ourselves a single log. But yeah, this is the final thing for Kourend Elite. Really cool diary in terms of the rewards. We get a better Rada's Blessing other than this level 3 one. The level 4 has unlimited teleports to Konar, so that'll be really good. And it also gives us +2 prayer instead of +1, so it becomes the best prayer blessing in the game, which is absolutely massive. But we do, of course, as ever, get our 50k lamp, which we'll be chucking into Herblore. Other bonuses include extra XP from the Ash Sanctifier, which is good if we do demon tasks, more Slayer points from Konar herself, and of course unlimited teleports to her, and of course we already have unlimited teleports to the woodland near the woodcutting guild. So this is all good stuff, very, very useful, especially if we ever do Hydra tasks in here. Speaking of the Hydras, we can also now go into this Konar dungeon and fight things without the boots of stone or the boots of brimstone on. We can actually wear any boots, like dragon boots or something, and then there's a couple of other stuff like 10% additional blood runes when we go make blood runes on Kourend. So if we do use bloods for like this last week and a half here for these last 2 runecraft levels, we won't end up with 10% more XP, but we will get 10% more blood runes we can then sell to Ali, so more money at the end. So all in all, a really, really good diary. Only really got it because we already did some woodcutting on the way to our construction and we were spooned a raid thanks to the mass from this awesome clan, so shout out the boys. But yeah, back to construction for now. Another 10 levels to get. Right guys, here we are, new activity, new location. I've just been to the Tree Gnome Stronghold to retrieve the Crook Grigri from Zunok. You can get them back as many times as you like after the quest for free. I was doing some Mahogany Homes. I had to resupply for steel bars from the crates, and one of the junk items you can get, of course, if you remember, are those noted soft clays, which I've used to make some bones to bananas tabs. And we're going to head over to Apatol real quick, and we're going to go do some Monkey Hunter using these, which is really, really good, because we need to find ourselves, like I say, like 40k Hunter or something to catch up with our Herblore, so Herblore remains the lowest for tiers of Gothics and such. But you come down here where you normally go and barrage the monkeys, but instead of going south, you instead go north again, and then you can wield the Crook Grigri here, and you can swing across. But as you can see, here is the Hunter area. There's all these monkeys we can catch for 1k Hunter XP each, and there's loads of bone spawns on the ground that we can gather, fill our inventory up, and then pop one of these tablets to turn those into bananas. The reason we're doing this is just because it's super AFK, and it doesn't really take much in the way of inventory space. Can't be bothered to do Herbivore right now, because if I do Herbivore for Hunter, I'm going to end up with loads of herbs from it, which I'm going to have to then turn into potions, which will then push my Herblore up more, which means we'll need to do more Hunter to catch up. So yeah, what we do, we just click on one of these rocks, the gorilla we're riding will place a banana inside. I'm fairly sure you can only do 1 deadfall trap at once as well, so it's really like the most AFK training you can do. Ideally you'd come here and do something like fletching, some other skill on the side while you're on the back of the monkey, but as you can see, it's as easy as just placing a banana, catching a monkey, and you get 1000 Hunter XP. Alright, boys and girls, here we are, 3 chill hours of catching monkeys on the back of this gorilla, and there's 84 Hunter coming in, so that's a nice chunk of XP into our Hunter skill to put it 140k above our Herblore now, so we can not really worry about it for a good 10 weeks or so of Tears of Gothics. That's really awesome. And also with this level, it's bare hand ninja imps, I believe, so if we ever see one of those fluttering around on the overworld, we can grab it, get ourselves the tasty loot inside, which includes stuff like hard clues, so that might be good. Anyway, yeah, I guess back to construction now. Nice to have this detour out of the way. Our skills are in a nice place, so we can focus on this 99. Ahoy guys, here we are at the last house that we're going to have to do up to get ourselves 90 construction. Let's just speak to Leela here. That is now level 85 all the way to level 90 construction this episode, and as you can see that's around 20% of the goal. 7.7 mil left in the skill, which is probably about 100 hours if we do it relatively efficiently. As you can see, we've been doing 75k an hour today, maybe just a smidge over 100 hours left to get our 99 cape, so yeah. And of course, what would you expect after a clip of 90 construction other than another clip of 91 construction. Here's 8 hours more of efficient construction done, and 1 more level down. Only 8 left, but despite that, it's still something like 7 mil more XP. Alright guys, here we are at the teak trees in Prif, and with that teak tree, we get ourselves level 88 woodcutting, only 2 more levels till we can naturally cut those redwood trees, which may become a nice new woodcutting method if we decide to not go for 99 through just forestry events, and go a more AFK approach. But yeah, really happy with the level ups coming in. We should definitely see 90 woodcutting at least by the end of this, maybe 91, which is always good. Right guys, here we are still doing construction in probably the most familiar house for these level up clips, but there it is. Once we talk to Barbara, get our XP drop, we will be 92 construction, which is of course halfway to level 99, 6.5 mil out of the 13 mil we need, and with that one we actually, with the +3 boost from the tea shelves in our house, not messing about with spicy stews, we can +3 up to the spirit tree and fairy ring combined, which is always really good, because it will allow us to get rid of one of these 2 gardens in our house. We'll no longer need 2, so it might be worth actually going back to doing birdhouse runs now for the small chance of getting a spirit seed from the nests. Speaking of construction, we're looking at around 86, 87 more hours to get this 99 cape, so hopefully we can bang it out in this episode. I'm excited to just smash it and get it done, because I can't wait to get this cape. Right guys, quick one because these are boring. Tears of Guthix, once again, another week has passed, 13k into Herblore from this, about 10 more and we get ourselves 84 Herblore, which is cool. To spice this clip up though, I've gathered 3 different clue caskets from beginner all the way up to medium, from woodcutting and birdhouse nests, so let's see if we get anything from these. I mean, who am I kidding? Of course I don't get a unique from clues. Right gamers, cheeky woodcutting level coming in, you know what it is, there's 89, 1 more level till Redwoods. And here we go guys, over in Falador, it's 2 days later, about 9 hours more grinding since the last clip, and there's 93 construction, 7.2 mil of the 13 mil we need, so we're getting there, just need to grind it out. So at this stage we were 93 construction, we were 85 when we started this grind, pretty much about 2 weeks before this, and at this stage I just wanted a little bit of a break to do something a little bit more entertaining, so I decided to just go kill a couple of Zolcano for myself, just for fun, and for the small chance of hitting the 1 in 12 steel bar drop from that boss. So I headed over to the Mass World, pretty much leached a few KC, did the bare minimum, and we hit the roll of the steel bars and got over 200 from a drop, which is really good, because based on our RNG so far, that's about opening 40 Mahogany Homes reward crates or something, so that will save us a lot of reward points, which we can put towards finishing this collection log on our way to 99 construction, so that was cool. Also at this stage it was a new week and a brand new quest called Children of the Sun came out. This is the start of the 2024 Oldschool Runescape Valamore quest series, which is going to extend the continent of Korend, and this quest will be the first requirement to do that, so I really quickly banged it out. Excuse the horrible footage, but RuneLite wasn't up to date, of course, it was a new update. We had to play on default visuals, which was awful. The quest itself was about 2 minutes of just walking around Varrock Square talking to about 5 different people, and at the end we were awarded 1 quest point and nothing else, no XP, no coins. I'm assuming you get better rewards later when Valamore actually comes out. They'll probably go back and update this quest, but just for the purposes of knocking this out, I just really quickly did it, just because like I say, it took like 3 minutes. Alright gamers, we're back again at the teak trees. There's 90 woodcutting now on the account, which means we can do redwood trees with no boost, but of course that'll come after construction. Speaking of though, we're only 3k away from 94 construction, so I'll see you in about 5 minutes where we get that as well, and we talk about that level up. So yeah, amazing day coming in. Right guys, and here we are over at the next Mahogany Homes house for an XP drop that gives us 94 construction coming in, so we are still looking at about 71 more efficient hours of construction to get ourselves 99, but maybe we can do this in like the next 2 weeks ideally and get this video out finally. Ahoy gamers, another med casket from a bird nest. Let's see if we get ourselves a boot upgrade over these brimstone boots. No we don't, but we do get an Armadillo Crozier today, a couple of lore runes for the stack, and a duplicate Bandos page, so certainly worth opening there for 1 collection log slot. Hey everybody, it's me, I'm back. That can only mean one thing, of course. With the end of this contract here will be 95 construction. It's been probably about 12 hours of gameplay, or about 2 or 3 days of real time. 4 levels left, and we can now of course do that Spirit Tree and Fairy Ring combined with no boost. We were 95 construction here, and that meant we'd had quite a few Mahogany Homes reward points as well to spend, so I went to go unlock a few things for the collection log. We got the rest of the outfit pieces that of course we don't have the inventory space to wear, so I dropped those on the floor because you can't sell them back. And I also bought the Hesidious blueprints. I went next door and handed those in, but sadly if you apply a style that's not the League's blueprints in your house, you get handed the League's blueprints back, which I didn't want. Had to leave it on the League's one, but that is still unlocked at least for the future. And of course there's now only 2 things left on the Mahogany Homes log, which is the plank sack we can't use, and the saw that we can't currently afford. Here's some more level ups coming in, guys. Sadly, the audio for these next 3 clips got corrupted, so here's 96 and 97 construction, and in the middle there's 91 woodcutting. Not really too much to say, I just kind of went over how long it had taken since the previous clip. But yeah, there's just 2 construction levels in the span of like 20 seconds for you, and I'm sure it was a good few days for me. Hey guys, how's it going? I've just picked up contract and there is a dragon impling over at the giant mole entrance in Falador. I just wanted to show how long it actually takes me to get myself an impling jar and a net, because it is very, very difficult, as I mentioned before, if I'm not on Lunar Spellbook and I don't have the runes on me for Hunter Kit, which is obviously very unlikely because you have to own Astral runes and Earths, I think it is, and so the only place I can get Astrals is over in the Fremnik region, and of course, to go there, I also need the Seal of Passage thing, so it does take a long time for me to pick up some impling jars. I think you can get some from this guy. Let's say 1. Yes. But then does he also sell... Obviously this guy offers the ability to store stuff, but of course I'm not using this interface. You can store like a net and a jar on him. I don't think there's any way to buy a net, so I think the only way for us to get one would actually be to go to Watchtower. You see, it takes all this time for us to get a net and a jar, and if there is an impling as rare and interesting as like a dragon or a crystal or a lucky, then the chances are, especially if it's in the middle of Falador and there's a lot of other people doing construction right now, someone else will probably snag it. So yeah, even if I know what I'm doing when it comes to looking for a net and a jar, it still probably takes me almost a minute to grab both, so that really does incentivize us one day pushing towards that 99 hunter so we can bare hand catch every impling, just so whenever we do see a rare one like this in the overworld, we can get it without needing to go get these tools first. Of course, the level to catch dragon imps is 83 hunter, so it's good that we did push our hunter up. So let's see if we get anything from this dragon impling jar. I don't think there's anything good we can actually get, except maybe a clue scroll. Yeah, 3 dragon dagger P++s. I'm not even going to bother alking those for like the 60k or whatever it is. But there we go. Dragon imp on the account, kind of insane. We don't see those too often. Anyway, approaching ourselves 98 constructions. I'll see you in about 4 hours for that level up clip. Hey gamers, familiar surroundings once again. We're about to get ourselves another woodcutting level coming in. This inventory of teak logs will be 92 woodcutting, which is of course halfway to 99, which is excellent. Like I said when we tested the methods earlier this episode, I did expect to hit 91. I didn't think we'd hit 92, so there it is, halfway through the woodcutting skill. But of course, as you know, from level 75 to 99 in woodcutting, all there is in terms of unlocks is those redwoods at 90, so nothing really exciting left to get. But it is always nice to get more levels on the account, push slowly towards max a little bit further, and also in terms of leveling up, we're now less than an hour till we're at 98 construction, so I'll see you then for that one. Okay guys, here we are. Big day today. You got ourselves 92 woodcutting earlier, and we're about to get ourselves 98 in the construction skill. We're so close, although we're also not really that close because there's still like another 1.2 something mil we have to get for level 98 to 99, which is in itself like 14 more hours or something crazy. But hey, I'm not complaining. We've done the vast majority of this grind already, maybe 120 plus hours. So let's get a little bit of dopamine here from a level up, and we'll see this nice level 98, 1 left, and we'll get our cape. So yeah, we're probably not going to see another woodcutting level from this grind, but I'm just so excited to get this sent. I'm just going to go do it, so I'll see you for the big clip in the next one or the one after. So the construction grind was coming to a close, but we got blessed with a little bit of luck here right before the end. Around 40 minutes before finishing level 99 construction, I got a sandwich lady random, and it was actually the stale baguette, by far and away the most rare item from the random events section of the collection log. There's loads of high-level players who still don't have this. It's a 500k drop trade, I guess. Sadly, we can't put it in our costume room because we're not using that on the account, but at least it will stay in our collection log forevermore to show that we did get this, so that's awesome. And following that, of course, the inevitable Tears of Gothics for this week, 13.9k more Herblore, only 100k left though to 84, which is about 7 or 8 more weeks, I guess, if we get no Herblore XP anywhere else. Okay guys, here we are in Varrock. What else is there to say? I'm here at a Mahogany Homes contract, and it is a massive one. This is the final Mahogany Homes contract we will have to do on this account to get ourselves 99 construction. It has been a crazy grind here. It's been about 24 days of doing construction pretty much non-stop. I think all in our average XP an hour was probably around 70k doing this grind. Of course, the rates we tested at the start were like 80k plus, but that was like peak tick perfect efficiency for half an hour. but for real playing, it was anywhere from honestly like 58k to like 80k an hour, somewhere in that region. So I think we probably averaged about 70k an hour, which means this grind has taken us around 140 hours, probably more honestly, but in terms of efficient hours played, it was about 137 hours in theory, but it was definitely longer than that, and we were on 165 days and 14 hours, so let's see what our playtime is now. 173 days and 11 hours, so almost 8 entire days. Of course, like I say, we've done a couple of things in between, a little bit of AFK woodcutting, 1 Chambers of Xeric raid and the Karen Elite Diary, so we've not done very much else outside of a couple of clues and Tears of Guthixes. Our cash stack at the start, before we got our construction grind done, was 61.95 mil, so yeah, 19.8 mil to go from level 85 construction all the way to level 99. Of course, every plank is only 500 GP because we cut them ourselves, we don't buy them off the GE. I actually really enjoyed this grind, all things considered. I don't think I've ever grinded a skill on this game more consistently for such a long time that wasn't an AFK skill, and I pretty much just sent it for, like I say, over 3 weeks, so I'm very excited to go do something else. Also, don't know if I mentioned, but I picked up the Amy saw, which is the equipable saw. It's the last thing apart from the plank sack, which we still haven't bought, of course, just to show that I didn't use it to utilise that container. So let's do it, guys. Let's talk to Sarah, get our XP drop, and then we'll get ourselves 99 construction on the bag only, inventory only, Ultimate Iron Man, where we weren't allowed to death pile our gear, store things in a looting bag. We didn't use the construction outfit and we didn't use the plank sack, so there it is. We did it. It's going to be absolutely insane to use this construction cape around the game. Let's go grab one, not waste any more time. And what we'll also do now at level 99 is also go pick up that plank sack as well and green log this activity, and hopefully never ever have to come back here. So there we go, 2,700 points. We'll grab a blank sack. I assume we can't sell this back because you can't sell the outfit back. Yeah, so along with the saw, we'll drop this on the floor as well, just as a little bit of a memento. Let those despawn. Yeah, entire log complete. There's no other collection logs pertaining to construction at the minute, so, and then what we'll do straight away is run next door to this fine fellow here, because any of the estate agents around the game can sell you the construction cape, which is one of the cool things about it. For just 99k of our hard-earned coins, we get ourselves the construction cape and hood, and of course it is the best skill cape in the game, bar none, but it's even better for our account for a bunch of reasons. You can teleport to your house on any spellbook with no runes, and it doesn't need to be equipped either, it can be in your inventory, and you can also change the left click to tally to POH, so it acts just like an unlimited house tablet, which is really good. You can use it for panic tallying, but we're going to use it for getting to our house without needing to carry runes around with us in our daily carry anymore. Our inventory is going to look like this right now. There's only 5 essentials in there, freeing up the ability to teleport to our house in a single inventory slot, going down from the previous dust runes plus lore runes, taking 2 inventory slots, is really going to help us pretty much everywhere. It also takes you to every house portal in the game that currently exists. We can go inside our house, we can go to Rimington, which is really good because there's not really very many teleports near Rimington. Tavali's really good for clue scroll steps and getting to Tavali Dungeon. We can also get to Relica an unlimited number of times per day, which is genuinely really huge, because before you complete the Elite Fremi Diary, you don't get unlimited teleports on the sea boots, you only get 1 per day. We have 1 task left, but we have to go kill all the God Wars 1 bosses, so that's still quite far away for the account. So having unlimited Relica tellies on this as well is really useful. And then also on this list is Brimhaven. Of course, we have a spirit tree in Brimhaven, so we can get there already, but this is a little closer to the fruit tree patch, and it's also the most convenient telly in the game, aside from the Taibo One-Eye teleport scrolls for getting down to our Calquat tree. And finally, we also get a teleport to Yanil on here, which we previously had with the Watchtower telly with the runes, so we can still get ourselves to the Mage Guild if we need to get there, but it is also closer than the Watchtower spell teleport to get to this Hunter shop if we do see a rare Impling before we get 99 Hunter, and we need to come here really quickly and grab ourselves a net. But yeah, Construction Cape, honestly just an amazing piece of kit. Going to use it all the time. Like I say, this is like a new chapter for the account pretty much. Oh yeah guys, quick one because I forgot. I didn't do the skill cape emote, one of the most important things when you get a new 99, and this might actually be the coolest skill cape emote in the game as well. Since we just spent so long doing construction, we've learnt the ability to make us a tiny little house here in the middle of Lumbridge, where we can hide inside and avoid our responsibilities, so always cool. But yeah, really cool skill cape emote on top of all the actual benefits from the cape, so yeah. And there it is, guys, one more episode of Bag Only for your viewing pleasure. Thanks for tuning in as ever. Had a lot of fun making this one. Like I say, over 2 months of progress in this. Can't believe we got ourselves 32 total levels this episode. Insane to say we're over 2100 total. Like, almost every level we have left is really slow and quite hard to train. We spent 3 and a bit weeks doing construction and 5 weeks doing runecraft. We got 6 runecraft levels, but also a mining level and 2 crafting levels. And we got ourselves a herblore and a hunter level just throughout this video as well. Of course, we played leagues for a week as well, got all those nice cosmetics in the middle, completed that Corrend Elite task thanks to the Cox Mass from the clan, also knocked out a Master Combat task in there, which was nice. So yeah, we've got that Corrend Elite done, so when we do go back and finish Runecraft, which we may do next episode because it's just a week and a half of fully AFKing, then we'll make 10% more money while we do that because of the diary reward, so that's cool. Also banged out the Children of the Sun quest, which is barely worth mentioning. Still got 2 quests left on the account though. Desert Treasure 2 we'll do at some stage, but of course it does require gear in all 3 combat styles, because you do have to kill 4 different bosses in that quest, so we're not really ready to do it, and I think we still have Path of Glofri to do as well, but again, there's no real unlocks from that quest that serve any significance for our account now. We're kind of getting towards the end game a little bit, so unlocking that mage weapon that's worse than the trident, not super useful for us. We did get the stale baguette though as well this episode, and of course the big 199 construction, something I've wanted ever since I started this account. It's so big for UIMs, but even bigger for us, because of course we can't use a rune pouch, and yeah, we completed the Mahogany Homes collection log in the meantime as well. For the outfit and the plank sack and the saw, they've all just gone on the ground. Anyway, looking forward to what's next for the account, our goals for the new year. We still have over 40 mil cash on us. We've got a couple of buyables left to do, so maybe we'll look into some of those. For example, smithing, fletching, and crafting. We might be sending woodcutting, maybe next episode even, because there's a lot of cool woodcutting activities we want to do. Maybe look towards getting the 2-handed axe and as many other things on that log as possible. We can also go back to the Solaceps, which are pretty much best in slot woodcutting XP anyway, over on Fossil Island. Get some more fossils from there and maybe finish the Varrock Museum. I think maybe we'll look at doing woodcutting and runecraft potentially next episode. We'll come up with a vague plan, but thank you for joining me for this one. I know it was kind of a long episode. It was certainly a long time between episodes, but like I say, there's just so many weeks of content in this one. But I'm super enthused to play this account some more. I want to do some raids this year. I want to get Inferno Cape this year. I want to get the Bofa set full crystal this year. But before all those exciting things, we do need to just do a few more skilling based chores. Probably get our account to maybe base 90s or something. And also top off a few easy 99s before then, just to get rid of some stuff and unlock some new things. So once again, thanks for joining me. If you've viewed this far, hey, drop a like if you would. Drop a comment if you've any idea of any content you want to see on this account. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, which, like all the previous videos, will be added to a playlist on the channel if you do want to go back and watch the whole series. And of course, you can drop a subscribe if you do want to see the next one. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'll see you probably in a month or two with the next episode of Bag Only.